we have Brad Garlinghouse, Chief Executive Officer of Ripple, the crypto company, cryptocurrency innovation company. The XRP holders, shareholders, I don't know. Well,
and he brought his own, team.
Exactly. So.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, out the Milken Institute. Wow, I was just waiting for that XRP to the moon coming from the rafters. All right, today, it's a very good day on the market. I have just a lot of really great clips for you. Just sit back and have a listen. This next one is Max Kaiser. He was on Stansberry Research. And yeah, for the first time, I agree with him 100%. Have a listen.
You know, and I know, anyone who's been in the markets, that futures-based ETF products are almost guaranteed losers. It's a horrible product. It's not suitable for retail. It's not suitable for any investor at all. That product was launched. I think more than one was launched. They're doing horribly. So why would Gary Gensler purposefully launch a known toxic product, garbage product, into the market and not allow for an ETF, spot price ETF, that's already established itself on markets around the world, and his arguments against price discovery are fallacious and misguided? Why would he do that? Why is Gary Gensler? So it's a shame that Gary Gensler is such an obviously he is a regulator who's in the pocket of Wall Street, who considers Bitcoin to be a threat. There's absolutely no question about this. The Gary Gensler is corrupt. He just talked to Jon Stewart in an interview on Jon Stewart's, ill-fated Apple TV show, and Jon Stewart took Gary Gensler apart, shred by shred, and proved and showed to him in no uncertain terms that he was one of the worst and most corrupt public officials in America. And it was shocking. And Gary Gensler had nothing to say to defend himself because he's disgusting. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it would be great to give Americans a chance to participate in Bitcoin, but if Gary Gensler wants Americans to be poor, uneducated, living in the gutter, and being killed by the ravages of inflation, that's up to Gary Gensler. He's got blood on his hands. Gary, you schmuck. You should just resign and give the world the benefit of not having you have a public office. You're a gross, disgusting human.
This next clip is from a podcast that was uploaded about 3 hours ago. It's fabulous. I pulled out the best parts. It's Brooks Entwistle. He is the Senior Vice President and Managing Director of the Asia Pacific region, where most of the on-demand liquidity is occurring right now. And have a listen. This is great.
It's all happening here. And this is a regional headquarters for both, at the time, Uber, and certainly for Ripple. And Ripple, by the way, it's not just a regional headquarters. It's one of our biggest offices. And it also, we look after Dubai to Japan, south to Australia from here. So it's a pan-regional headquarters out of Singapore. The regulator here reached out, wanted to put people on committees and talk about how to do things in a differentiated way here. I was like, this is magical. And by the way, that has continued for both Uber and certainly now for Ripple to be a reason why this is such an important ecosystem and place to base a company, as we think that we are in an environment where we have a regulator that is forward-thinking, super thorough, is going to get this right, and wants to hear from the community, which is big. Ripple is an opportunity to build something out of here in Singapore and out of the region. It is, by the way, APAC and the Middle East together by far the busiest corridors on Ripple nets, and where the most on-demand liquidity, adaptation has come, where you actually put crypto on these lines between countries and between sender and receiver. And as a company, we're so supportive of waiting and watching as the regulator here takes their time as they hand out licenses, is listening to the community. In some parts of the world, you can't even get near the regulator building without kind of getting in trouble. Here, you actually go to a panel. I was on a panel at DBS early on in September of last year, one of the first live events I went to. And sure enough, on that panel is MasterCard, Ripple, Temasek, and the MAS. And I love that. I love a regulator that's on a panel in a room debating. And so I do think that crypto, as it's regulated globally and done the right way, this is not a regional leader opportunity for Singapore. This is a global leadership opportunity that I think is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
The following clip is very short, and it is a heads up to tell you that I have a guest coming on the channel next week. That would be on XRP.com. And in full disclosure, yes, I did buy their token, OXP. And the reason why I did is because I did my research. I think there is a lot going on here. This site was built by the XPunks. XPunks, they were a recipient of a Ripple grant. And wow, you just need to get on and start digging because you can see they have a lot happening. One of my favorite people in this space is Status. He just does the best work when it comes to these community cards with quotes and with inspirational messages. He has produced the first ever Flare community poster. And so I pre-ordered mine today. I hope you show him a little support and pre-order yours. It comes in 3 different editions, a standard, a special edition, and a platinum limited edition. And if you don't have any more space on your walls, well, you can get the digital version too. It comes to you in a high resolution file. But I can tell you from past experience, the quality is superb. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff, and I'm going to let a flycatcher take you out and a Japanese robin. So do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.